Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Cooper's Corner. So today, guys, I wanted to just do, I guess, a showcase of this Huffy Rock Creek mountain bike that I just purchased from my local Walmart. And I gotta say, I like it. This is actually now my second mountain bike that I've owned since I've moved out here to southern Louisiana. I actually mostly ride on an e-bike, but I recently told myself that I wanted to actually get a bike that I could actually, pedal with my feet and actually try to get work on getting back into shape. So that is why I purchased this thing. And I did also put this Schwinn commuter seat on it because it had one of those really narrow seats, and I can't ride on those. Now the downside is that I had to pedal this bike home today because I don't have a car, obviously. But also that seat that was on it, it was not comfortable. It was stiff, and it was basically hurting my pelvis really bad. But I had to bike 2 miles back to my house, but I made it, And all in all, the bike's pretty good. The only thing that I'm having trouble with right now is the rear brakes. So if you guys see, the brake on the right side isn't actually engaging, or the left side isn't engaging the wheel, but the one on the right is. I've tinkered with this thing for about 45 minutes and I cannot get them centered. So if you guys have any ideas on how to get that centered, let me know. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty good. Put my water bottle attachment on it and it feels pretty good. This is the 24-inch model, mostly because my e-bike that I have is a 26-inch, and I've realized that the reason why I never really bought mountain bikes is because the tires were always too big and I'm too short. I'm 5'3", so getting on and off my e-bike is sort of a pain. But this one, I can basically sit right down on it and I'm level with the ground, and I don't have to lean the bike over just to stop when I'm at a stop, because my e-bike, I have to do that. The bike is kind of leaning real low. But yeah. So I've got the gears right now set to 3, mostly because I got to get used to this. I normally ride it with the highest gear ratio, but for right now we're going to just keep it on the lowest one. Sorry if my camera keeps going out of focus, guys. And then I have this other gear set to about the middle between high and low, or I don't know if it's heavy and light. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. I have to look it up. But yeah, so far it runs good, Front brakes work really well. They work really well. So this thing stops on a dime. And that's another reason why I'm also switching back to a mountain bike, is because I've been constantly having to rebuy brakes pads and stuff like that from my e-bike that I own. And it's just, feel like it's just been I've been spending more and more money. So that's why I've kind of decided to also go back down into a mountain bike. But I also have bought this because I wanted to lose weight. Now, aside from all that stuff, I meant to tell you guys the price. So this bike at Walmart was only $112. Probably the cheapest bike that I've bought so far. There was one for $72 on sale, but I think there was something wrong with it. So I couldn't really get a good look at it because it was stuck on the rack. And I saw this one and I got on it and I was like, it's the perfect size for me. I feel comfortable on it, aside from the seat, which I have in the shed. And I did buy the 2-year warranty. So yeah, tires are inflated, everything's good. I do plan on actually trying to make biking content. I'm going to try to go do some videos this week or next week, riding up on the levee and, just doing some general stuff. But I also need to get a phone mount and a light for this, because I want to get a light for the front handlebars and want a rear tail light for the back. And because this bike is actually sits pretty low, I can put the seat up a little higher and I can put that rear tail light on there. And I'm even considering, now I don't know if I'm going to do this yet, so don't quote me on, I'm thinking about actually putting a rear rack on this thing as well, so I can carry stuff on the back end. We'll see. I can't promise anything right now because money is tight. That's one of the reasons why I bought this bike, because it's super cheap. For me, $112 is still a lot of money. I also bought the Schwinn seat, which was an extra $35. So it came up to about $165 total after tax, which isn't bad. It's less than $200, because the other bike that I was planning on buying was going to be a Gopina electric bike, which was my first original e-bike. But it was going to be like $430, and I was like, I don't really want to spend that much money right now, so I figured this is a good replacement, and it'll help me get in shape. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to basically go out every morning and try to do 2 miles on my bike. Now, I know some people may say that that's not a lot, but for me, it's a lot. I'm going to go to my local Walmart, basically where I went and picked up the bike. I'll go there, I'll walk around a little bit, and then I'll get on my bike and I'll pedal back home, and then that'll be the workout for the day. But also, down here in South Louisiana, it is getting extremely hot. So for me, it's actually it's going to be hard for me to ride, because I normally wear a helmet. I have a fully enclosed helmet on my bike when I ride my bike, but the heat was so bad this morning when I was taking this thing home. I was drenched in sweat. Thought I was going to puke, mostly because I probably didn't drink enough water this morning. But I'm feeling better now, and I really want to go out and ride this bike some more, but because I had to ride with the other crappy seat on here, even though the seat is comfy, I don't want to ride right now because my pelvis still hurts. But this big old cushion seat is nice. It's a commuter seat. I love it. I had another seat similar to this, but I got from Target, but I had to go pick this up at Walmart, and I was like, well, I'll just go get whatever they have available. And I needed I wanted to get a saddle seat basically, but this is all right, because I'm a fat man, and I got a big butt, so. But it works well, and also the edge right here doesn't really hurt my taint too bad, or my groin. That's the one thing I also hated about that other seat, was that it was pinching my groin really bad. So that's why I don't really like stock mountain bike seats, or even cycling bike seats, because I'm sitting there thinking, how can someone really ride that? So yeah. But anyways, all that said, aside from the little brake thing, I could probably get somebody to help me fix that. But other than that, this thing rides really well. Wheels are nice and clean. The spokes are good. Wheels are straight. Tires are in good condition. They're not dry rotted or nothing like that. And a lot of times when you get a Walmart bike, you have to really inspect it, because my first mountain bike that I bought, the chain was rusted and I didn't pay attention to it. And then a lot of the kind of the same problem that I had with this one, where the brakes on the rear wheel weren't aligned, but the fronts are perfect, so yeah. But yeah, guys, that's it for this one. So I plan on doing a lot of biking content, and I'll probably post some of my stuff on my e-bike as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys are going to look forward to my content. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.